Hey YouTube, this was meant to be the first video today, but it turns out the one I did for the Iron Brew jazz bass, which I did yesterday, I forgot to upload it, or uploaded it, but for some reason it went unlisted. So video 2 for today. So this is not for a guitar, this is for my new monster, which you can't see it because I'm standing in front of it, but check this thing out. Yeah, so it's a 3x12 cabinet, a Trace Elliot sc312, I think, something like that. But as you can see, it looks like someone's reversed a truck into it. I don't know if you're quite getting the angle right there. The guy who sold it said it was called a Darth Vader cabinet, which I could sort of see as well. But the plan here is obviously, I mean, I don't know. I've actually seen a video of Richie Sambora. I've also moved the mic, so I'm going to be standing over there, but I'll stand here so you can see it. So Richie Sambora used to use these. A guy from the guitarist from Bon Jovi. He's got. I've seen a magazine advert where he's got like a wall of 10 of them or something like that, including the amps. So I'm going to be running that with the Sovtech. But just now I've just got my Laney plugged into it. Just don't know. Hopefully I'll be using that at gigs with Cranking House. I'm going to take it into the studio next Sunday, something like that, to check, see what it's like at volume. I've not told any. I told the guys that I've got a new cab, but I've not told them what's interesting about it, because I just think it looks absolutely stunning. It could be the ugliest thing in the universe, or it could be incredibly cool. But it does have practical reasons as well. Like, see, if you imagine your amp. Imagine that this is a 4x10 now. I've moved everything around a wee bit. I've put the 15 on top, which annoys me already, but it weighs an awful lot less than the 4x10. So, and I think if I'm going to be gigging with the Sabbath band, I'll probably more likely to be using the 15 than the 410s for that woolly sound. But or both of them, in which case I've got to carry them both anyway. But where was I getting to? Yes. So if you imagine like a normal amp, like if you're standing like in front of a normal 4x12, it's a 10. You're standing here and the sound's blasting out, hitting you in the backs of the legs. Whereas on this one, the middle speaker is pointing up at me, so I can stand in front of it and actually hear the amp from where I'm standing here, which I think is a great idea. Can't really beat it. I mean, I think that's why you get angled cabs, maybe. Mind you, they're normally on the top. Okay, maybe not that reason, but I thought that was a good idea. Also, this speaker, instead of all the sound coming out in a straight line, this speaker's obviously going over there somewhere, and this speaker's blasting out over there somewhere, so it should have a wider dispersion of sound, like this instead of like this. Yeah, so I've not tried it yet at full volume, but I've tried it through. I've been playing with it just now. Yep. So and also I'm using this guitar as my Westone Raider, but I have stuck a DiMarzio Super Distortion in it, just because I felt like it, because I had one. There's no point in having. I've got pickups sitting in my box. There's no point in having them sitting in my box when I could have them in a guitar. So my volume's immediately gone up. I've moved the mic over there, so I'm standing here. So I'm hopefully not going to be standing in front of the speaker as much as I normally do in my previous videos. What I have noticed is it sounds an awful lot bigger. Partly because it's an awful lot bigger, but mostly probably because it's an awful lot bigger, so it's like 312s instead of a 110. But on clean, it really. Right, So it seems to sound pretty good, I'm liking it. I get the reverb on. It's obviously not on loud enough, I can't tell. Don't know if it was on or not. Yeah, so I'm going to play a wee bit through some single coils, because this one's obviously just a single bucker, and it's a super distortion, so it's for the metal. This, although it still looks a bit metal, my Vantage, I can't remember what this one's called. It's got a crap name. It's not an Avenger, because Avenger's a really good name. It's an X3 or something like that. I've done videos of it before. I was hoping with my new positioning as well, I might not necessarily have to show you my bum quite as often. Tuning up and using the loop pedal. Obviously I would have been cleverer to tune this before the video, but it's really just for the fact that single coils are better for clean. Maybe a bit of time for the reverb if I'm going to play clean there. Actually, first pedal and bridge pickup in a single coil at the credit. Expecting this to hold tune, seeing as I've not played it in ages, and also the tremolo arm. It's a wee bit sharp, not much though. Should really play these guitars for 10 minutes before I do a video rather than just turning them on and hoping they're going to tune. Yeah, pretty annoying. I'm standing in front of my new cabinet, but if I stand here, then I'm in front of the mic. So ultimately, yes, seems to be an awesome thing so far. Just not just for what it looks like, but it's actually quite rare to actually get an interesting speaker cabinet. You know, I've been looking for a 4x12 for this for a while, because the one, you can still see it, I made one over there, a 2x12 for playing in the house, but I wasn't sure whether it was going to be really that's what you want for gigging. I wanted something a bit more robust, and you can pick up speaker cabinets for sod all. I wanted an angled one rather than a square front one, but then when I saw this, it's been for sale for about a week or more than a week on Facebook, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh man, I'm going to end up buying that. It's definitely a guitar cabinet, not a bass cabinet, not a bass cab. Although Trace Elliot, you would think would normally be for bass, but it's a guitar cab. It's got Celestion Vintage 30s in it, apparently, whatever that means. I think they're relatively desirable speakers. Not really sure. I would obviously be playing my Softtech through it live. I'm just playing it through that just because it was there. In fact, actually, the reason is I made a speaker lead for it earlier on, and because of where it is, I needed to put a right angled jack on the speaker lead so I could have the cabinet against the wall, and so what I did was I just made another lead with a right angle jack on it, and I made it long enough to plug into this. So I was just trying it out to see how it worked, and it seems to work. It works really well. If I turn off the pedal, I've not quite got this quite sorted out yet. Right, so I'll turn off the reverb, I'll put it into its own. That's probably far too loud, or maybe just play it for 10 seconds, so this is a kind of quite... Enough of that. But yes, it goes much louder than what the 10-inch one does. It certainly seems a little bit bigger. I can feel it vibrating my trousers, which is always a good thing. This is an awful good guitar. This is it's a Vantage. If you look these up, Vantage were another one of these companies, and these were Matsumoku built. It's another one of those companies that they sold the name off in the 80s, the late 80s, sort of 90s, to just make sort of Strats and Super Strats. But the ones that are this sort of shape, kind of pointy, are Japanese, made by Matsumoku. This one's from 1984. Not sure it's Matsumoku, but it's definitely Japanese. It's definitely from 1984. But these are awesome guitars. This is it doesn't look like a Strat, but it's a Strat. It's the most Stratty Strat I've got, because I don't actually have any Strats. Apart from, I've got a Tokai upstairs, it's made of fiberglass, but this was made of wood, and it's none more black, apart from it's got a red edging to the scratch plate, and it's got this totally cool output jack. Kind of looks, I don't know what it looks like. So something off Millennium Falcon or something like that, or a very TIE Fighter guitar, single coils. Yeah, so I would have a look for Vantage guitars. There's actually one on eBay that I've been watching for a while, and it's so cheap, and it's in Slough, I think, or somewhere down in England, and they reduced the price. The seller reduced the price of it the other day, and I messaged them and said, look, it says pick up only, but I know you might not have a box. Can I send you a box? You know, like a box with a return label in it, and all you've got to do is put the guitar into the box, tape it up, stick the label on, and then post it at your local shop. And there was no reply, which is really annoying. It's a white one, similar. It's a bit like a mid 80s one. I don't think it's not an Avenger either. It's an HSS, but it's got these sort of EMG type, you know, like the plain plastic covered pickups. And it's been sitting there for months and nobody's buying it, and it's just like, it's everyone's stupid. If you're in Slough, go and buy it, pick it up. You will not be disappointed. It's better than any guitar you can buy for under 500 quid in a shop, new. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a tenth of that. Ridiculous. This isn't my favourite Vantage, and my favourite Vantage is up on the wall there. I will, before I give up this video, I've just been, oh, that's attached to the wall. There we go. It's this one. This is an incredibly dusty now because it's been sitting up there and I smoked too much. This is a Vantage Avenger. Is it a 325 or a 315? But this is a purple sparkle flake, which is really cool, and this has amazing pickups in it. It's also got coil splits for each one, and my god, it's dusty. I'll give this a dust and give it a bit of a playthrough. I took this into the studio for one of the first Cranking House rehearsals and it sounded fantastic. These are awesome guitars. I don't think you're not going to get them as cheap as you can get the sort of more 80s looking. This is from 82, so the thing started looking a bit more plasticky by 84, but this one is, it's also got a maple neck, which I prefer. This guitar is absolutely awesome. I think I've done a video of this recently. If I haven't, I'll just do one in the next couple of days, sort it. If you look up the Vantage website, it's unbelievable how many guitars models they had. They had like, you'll never see a couple of them, but they've got like 100 different models over the 10 years they were running or something like that. There's just so many. They're all kind of just variations in a theme, and this one isn't in that particular. This colour isn't in the on the website. But it's definitely, this one's actually got Vantage branded tuners as well, whereas this one doesn't. This one's just got no branded tuners, and they're different ones as well. Yeah, interesting. So basically, Vantage guitars, they sit in my awesome 80s electric guitars that you can get for a fraction of what they should be, going by quality and sound and playability. These will be worth money someday. I got this one in trade, and it was like, obviously not been played in 20 years, because I think a lot of people would maybe balk at the idea of having a sparkle purple guitar that's not even a Strat or a tail. It's a sort of non-shape. Interestingly, it's got these, my god, it's dusty. There's these sort of contours on it, kind of like an SG, but they're not where you would want them to be if you're playing. You know, the whole point of having the contour there is for your arm, whereas in this one it's square like a telly here, which is the one bit you don't want contoured. You'd much rather have the contour there, which actually I believe, yeah, like that. It's got a contour for your forearm. This one doesn't. This one's got contours for sleek looks, not for practicality. Rock and roll!